Hello everyone and welcome back to another power styling video where I share styling and fashion tips with you in under 10 minutes, and today is all about layering. I absolutely love layering. I love the autumn winter seasons and how we have to layer up and really get creative with our fashion. I really feel that layering tests our styling skills and challenges us to really think outside the box and put together really stylish and chic outfits. But layering can also go very wrong if not done properly. So I am about to share some really simple tips and tricks that you can use at home when getting ready each day. Just before we get into it, for anyone new, my name is Kelly. I'm a personal shopper and stylist, and I'm so happy to have you tuning in and watching today. I really hope you enjoy it, and without further ado, let's get into it. Tip number one is how to layer with shirts. Shirts are one of my absolute favorite capsule pieces. They're so classic. I love the structure of them. I love how they look in an outfit, and I love layering with them. One of my favorite ways to layer a shirt is with a knit over the top, but this can be tricky. If you are layering with a very thin fitted knit over a shirt, this is not going to work. This is a definite don't. You will get lumps and bumps, unwanted lumps and bumps. The tightness of the knit is not going to flatter the boxier, more structured shape of the shirt. Instead, when layering a shirt with a knit, opt for something slightly more relaxed, slightly more oversized to give room under the knit and not be hugging the structured shape of the shirt. This will also allow the collar to pop, and what I also always love to tell my clients when styling and helping them layer up outfits is to always show every single layer. So you'll see here that I have actually pulled out the cuffs of the shirt so that you can see the cuffs and the collar. And I like to say that every layer creates a layer of interest within your outfit. So another great tip there for you. Something else to take note of when you are layering a shirt with a knit is where the knit meets your trousers or skirt or jeans or whatever that you are wearing on the bottom half. Because if you are wearing a shorter, more cropped knit and your trousers don't quite meet the line of your knitwear, you are going to see a bunch of the shirt popping through, and this is only going to look messy, untidy, and definitely not stylish. So instead, if you are wearing a cropped knit, make sure you are wearing high-waisted pants or a skirt or jeans or whatever you are wearing on the bottom half. Make sure it meets that knit, or you can even just slightly tuck in the front of the knit, just to make sure there's no break within the outfit and that your outfit will flow and look stylish, chic, and put together. Tip number two is to think strategically about your third layer. So everyone can get dressed in the morning and put one layer on and look great. That is nice and easy. When we add a second layer, when the weather starts getting a little bit cooler, it should be fine, it should work, it's not that hard. Sometimes it can go a little bit wrong if not worn properly, but when we add a third layer, this is where the chaos can start. Because a third layer can sometimes overpower some of the outfit. It can maybe be a little bit chaotic if the layers are not going together that well. I'm going to keep with the same example of the shirt with the knit over the top. And as you can see here, it looks great with a pair of jeans. And if we were to choose a scarf as our third layer to wear on top, you can see here how even if it's worn open or whether I've thrown one of the lengths over the shoulder, you will see that the collar of the shirt starts competing with all the different shapes. The knit, the scarf, it looks too busy, it looks too much, especially when it's thrown over the shoulder. The structure of the collar starts competing with the scarf as a third layer. And the scarf almost squashes and overpowers the structure of the collar of the shirt, which is not what we want when we wear a shirt with a knit. We want that collar to pop, we want it to be on view, and we want it to be a really great feature of our outfit. Instead, rather opt for a coat or a trench that you can throw on and it's not competing at the neckline. The collar of the shirt or the trench is still sitting on the shoulders, but it's not competing. It still looks smart, it follows through with the structure, and is a much better option when you are wearing a shirt because it allows that collar of the shirt to speak for itself. If you are wanting to wear a scarf as your third layer, I would opt for a round neckline. So if you are wanting 2 layers, you could put a t-shirt or a long sleeve t-shirt under your knitwear, and you can always have it popping through like I've showed you. Every layer creates a layer of interest within your outfit, so I like to have just that little bit of color popping through, and then you'll see whether you wear the scarf open or one of the lengths over the shoulders, you will be able to see that the lines are cleaner. There's no fuss around the neckline, and I also think when you are wearing a scarf, it is nicer to see a little bit of your neck. Otherwise, you just look like you're completely consumed by your clothing. So I always opt for, if I am wearing a scarf, to wear something around the neck, nothing too high or anything fussy to take away from the scarf. The scarf needs to be one of the features of your outfit. Tip number 3, and probably my favorite tip of all, is don't lose the structure of your outfit when you are layering. Sometimes when we're getting dressed and it's freezing cold and we're layering and layering different clothes on top of us, it can just look like there's just a pile of clothes on you. They're all just hanging. There's no actual styling to the outfit, and that is not what we want. You can see here in the cutaways that the clothes just look like they are hanging off me. There's no shape, there's no style, there's no proportions, there's no visual breaks in the outfit. So some simple tips here. All you need to do is a simple tuck of the cardigan that I'm wearing, tuck the front into the trousers, add a belt. You'll see that the belt is the piece that actually brings this entire outfit together and creates that visual break, gives me a waist again, makes me look more shapely, it brings proportions back into the outfit, and it just transforms the outfit. It really, really does. I can't stress enough how these two simple things, a tuck and a belt, that's all I did to that outfit, and you can see the difference. So this is my favorite tip of all, because when we do layer, we can, especially for my petite ladies out there, we can really overwhelm ourselves with clothing, and it is so important, whether it's a little roll of the sleeves or a tuck of the jersey into the trousers, or adding a belt or adding a tie to your coat or anything like that. Any of those little things can actually transform your outfit. So those are my 3 really crucial tips when it comes to layering. I really hope they help you and that you get good use out of them when you are at home getting dressed every day. And I just also wanted to let you guys know that I really do read all the comments, because one of you will know who if you're watching this, commented and asked me to do a video on layering, and here we are. So I love getting suggestions from you. Please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know if it's been helpful and informative, and if you're going to use these tips when you are getting dressed every day. And if you are one of the people also asking for a makeup tutorial, you will be so proud of me, because I have finally braved the camera, makeup free, and done a makeup tutorial for you, which will be going live this Sunday. So please don't miss out on that either. And guys, as always, thank you so much for watching and supporting. I'm so grateful to have you here. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Please go and do so now. And if you can give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, I would be so grateful. And I so look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.